if you're not genuinely feeling somebody, do not string them along and hold them around. Now, I get what he's saying. Like, okay, you got somebody who is supportive, somebody who does it, like, make sure you're okay, have your back with all these situations, and also like compatible with you. Stay in that. Don't give up that relationship for what reason. You found somebody who genuinely add value to your life, and you add value to their life, and y'all both are like just in a healthy, non-toxic relationship. Why would you throw that away? For what reason? What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. I'm your host, Zakka, and what is Nerdy Dating? It's a relationship advice podcast from a viewpoint of a nerd. And there's a question you want me to answer regarding your dating situation, your relationship situation. Please put in the comment section below, and I'll get to it as best I can. I'll get to the next episode. There's also a a TikTok and a Instagram, alizakkanerdydating or Nerdy Dating with Zakka. You can look that up and you can send me questions on there as well. I answer on the show. Now, let's go and get into a couple of TikToks and Reddits on this episode. And first, we'll start with a TikTok here. This is from Renee Ariel. Let's see what she is talking about here.
Lucky they are when a girl actually likes them. Like, do you know how many unanswered texts I have in my phone from men who I take literal days, if not weeks, to respond to? Do you know that the fact I'm responding to you the same business day is a privilege? I don't think they do. I don't think they know. Men do not know how lucky they are when a girl actually likes them. Lucky they are when a girl actually likes them. Like, do you know how many...
So, men are lucky when a girl actually likes them. And then she proceeds to say that, like, she takes time to respond to people, and the people heard her messages that she don't respond to in weeks. I don't like that. One, I get, consider yourself as a prize. You should do that. Definitely consider yourself a prize. If you consider yourself, the highest there is, and, you don't take anything less. But at the same time, to tell people that they're lucky to be dating you is kind of condescending, kind of like very egotistical. Don't toy around with people. If somebody's messaging you, you don't like them, just let them know, like, hey, I didn't say you blow my inbox up here. I don't see it the same way, or I'm not gonna respond back to them, and just let them sit. Like, you don't, if you especially want to date with somebody, let them know, like, I just don't see you the same way, and let them down easily. Versus sitting there like, when they keep responding to me, I'm just not gonna pick it up. I might respond back to them or toy around with them by responding back to them a week later when the dude obviously showing interest. And you're like, I'm gonna take my time. And just because you like a dude and you respond back to that guy that same day, it doesn't mean he's lucky. It just means that you like somebody and they're interested in you and you're interested in them. So don't toy around with people. Don't go this approach. I don't like the way she's handling that. Like, if she doesn't really like somebody, she's gonna let them sit in her inbox and let them play around with them, respond back to them until a week later. But if she genuinely likes you, she's gonna respond back to you in the day of. That's playing around with somebody. Do not play around with somebody. If you don't like somebody and you see that they are legit pursuing you and are interested in you, and they're not getting a hint or you ghosting them, well, one, if you haven't met them before, it's okay to ghost them. Don't sit there and like respond back to you. What you're doing when you respond back to them is that you're giving them this idea that, oh, there's still a chance. There's still a chance. And she's like, these men who I take a week to respond back to, they're thinking that they still have a chance with you. In reality, they don't have a chance with you at all. And you telling us right now, you're not gonna give them a time of day, but you will get that dopamine rush when they send you that text message like, oh, I've been thinking about you, I'm trying to take you out. Oh, thank you. But then something always comes up. Don't play around with people like that. So don't have this condescending viewpoint on dating where like say you're the prize, yes, but don't tell other people that they're lucky to be dating you. That is just really condescending. You can say you're lucky to date somebody, that's fine, but don't tell other people that they're lucky to date you, because that's condescending. And don't toy around with people and have them sit on the back burner thinking they have a shot when in reality they never did. All right, next video here. This is from, where's his name at? Nathan. This is from Nathan, period. And let's see what he has to say here.
Yo, fellas, this for all my fellas, man. Remember, it ain't nothing out here. It's nothing out here, man. If you got you a good one, you got you a little, you know what I'm saying? You got you a queen. Keep her tight, bro. Don't let her slip away. Don't do nothing stupid to lose her, bro. There ain't shit out here in these streets. You know These girls is for everybody. If you find one that's for you, especially if she nag you, she check on you, she on your ass, that means she actually care, bro. Don't lose that for somebody who don't give two shits about if you ate, if you exhausted, if you got money in your pocket, if you done dealt with some shit and you ain't got nobody to talk to. Keep her, bro. Like, ain't nothing out here in these streets, man. And if you want to run the streets, by all means, run the streets, man. We've all done it. I ain't judging. But keep the ones you got close to you, man, because there ain't many real ones out here. Like, wow. Yo. Fella.
Alright, I agree with him to an extent. I agree with him up to the point where he was like nagging. Now, there's a few things to look into here. One, when you're talking to a girl, or a girl talking to a guy talking to a guy, girl talking to a girl, wherever you talk to your partner, and you're like, this person's a really good person, but they don't match me compatibility wise, or I'm not feeling the same that they're a good person, but I'm not feeling the same way. It's okay to let that person go. It's okay to say, hey, you know what, wherever the case may be, it's just not in it for me. Because what's going to happen over time, you're going to start slowly pulling away from that person. The person going to keep trying to pull in. You're pulling away, and they're going to start getting resented because they're going to start feeling hurt. And then they're going to leave away. And you're like, where you're going? Like, well, I don't feel loved. I don't feel appreciative in this relationship. They're going to pull away from you. So if you're not genuinely feeling somebody, do not string them along and hold them around. Now, I get what he's saying. Like, okay, you got somebody who is supportive, somebody who does it, like, make sure you're okay, have your back with all these situations, and also like compatible with you. Stay in that. Don't give up that relationship for what reason. You found somebody who genuinely add value to your life, and you add value to their life, and y'all both are like just enough. Like a healthy, non-toxic relationship, why would you throw that away? For what reason? But like, if everything you're looking for is not, if your needs are not getting met, then okay, I see it's okay to go find somebody else and say, you know what, this was a good relationship for this moment, but my needs are not getting met, and you brought it to your partner, and your partner's not hitting those needs. They're not. You gave them a chance to hit those needs, and they didn't hit those needs, or they're not trying to hit those needs for you. Then it's okay to be like, hey, you know, it's been a fun time. I had a good time with you. We're just not compatible. I'm going to move on. But if this person is, you know, giving you everything and adding value and hitting on your needs, and you're hitting all their needs, and it's a healthy relationship, why end it? Why go look somewhere else if you get all your needs and stuff met? You don't need to do that. And that's what he's saying. Like, don't go off and look for somebody else if you got a person who's sitting there loyal, who got you, who compatible with you. Now, I don't agree with the nagging part. Nobody should be nagging somebody in a relationship. I just not a fan of that. Nagging is not healthy to me. That's a toxic trait, just to constantly nag somebody over and over again. But if somebody's really taking care of you, make sure like, hey, are you healthy? Have you been fed today? Are you good today? Are you hungry? Are you covered? How you feeling? Checking in with you. That's a good partner. That's a good partner to have. You want somebody to check in with you and see how you're doing, how you guys feeling about each other, where you guys are at, how you guys moving, progressing, what your goals are, those things, and y'all add value to each other's life. But you have somebody who just constantly nagging and bringing negativity to you, then that's when you need to look at like, am I happy in this situation? If you're happy, all means stay in it. But you're not happy, then don't stick around for that. So. And we're living in a day and age where you don't have to settle anymore. There's no point of settling. There are too many options out there in the world. So you don't have to settle. Back then, our parents, grandparents, yeah, they had to settle. They wanted to reach a certain goal, family-wise, relationship-wise, and they didn't find the person they're looking for. They had to settle. Like, okay, well, I'll take this instead of taking that. But today's day and age, you don't have to settle. You don't have to. You can find that partner out there. The world is opened up with technology in so many different ways that settling is, to me, I wouldn't even put it on the table. I wouldn't be like, well, now, if you're talking about things that are, what's the word I'm looking for? Little things that are that's just not, at the end of the day, don't really matter. You're looking for things like that. Like, they have to be a certain height. They have to be 6'5", or they have to be, you know, purely into football. Like, then that right there, those things, it's not, at the end of the day, don't matter. Somebody's height doesn't matter. They're going to shrink over time. Sports don't matter. Like, now you want to have somebody you want to talk to and have a conversation about sports. You want somebody to be interested in sports with you, and they're open to the idea of being interested. That's different. But they're like, I completely hate sports. I'm out. and you don't want to talk about sports, and then in that case, like those little things like that, like, oh, they have to cheer for this team, they have to be into every sport I'm into, that doesn't matter. And open to sports is different, but be into like, oh, they gotta be this particular person, particular team, no, that's too, you're getting nitpicky as far as what they're into. Being fit and being healthy is different, but being into like just sports overall and like have a particular team, they're open to the idea is one thing, but them like they have to be a part of this team. They gotta be watching, I'm a Chiefs fan. They have to be a Chiefs fan. That right there, that's where you're getting nitpicky versus like, oh, they like sports. They're like, we can go to a game together. We can go to an event together. We can go here. Different. But they're like, gotta be nitpicky. Gotta be 6'5". You're being too nitpicky, and those things you can toss out, those preferences you can toss out because they're not, at the end of the day, don't matter to what a relationship really is. But you're looking for a partner who enjoys the thing you enjoys going to it, like watching the game, enjoy, being healthy, enjoy. I try to think of equivalent to being like height. I can't think of equivalent to height at all. But back to what he was saying there is, you want a partner who supports you, has your back, who's loyal, who check-ins on you, all that stuff. But to me, you don't want a partner who is also nagging and bringing negativity. And at the end of the day, I don't think you should settle. So you're not finding yourself happy in your relationship. You're not finding your partner's not adding value to your relationship. You give them an opportunity to add value, and they're not adding value to your relationship. Don't stick in that. It's okay to leave. But you also have a partner who adds all value to your relationship. It's a healthy relationship, and you're like, I don't know, man. I just, I don't know. Like, if you're like, you don't know, but you guys only been dating for like a few months, stick around. See what happens. You never know. You never know. The partner's adding value to your life, and they're adding this, and they're bringing, up and open to do things with you. It's okay to be like, just enjoy a healthy relationship. We're so used to toxic relationships. It's okay to be in a healthy one and be like, this is what a healthy relationship looks like. This is what it means to be with somebody who looks after you, who also makes sure you're okay. It's okay to be in a good relationship. It's okay to be in a good relationship. It's perfectly fine to be in a good relationship with toxicity coming into the play. You don't need toxic, and you want to spice your relationship, you don't need to add toxicity into your relationship to spice up. You can do things like go on dates and go be adventurous and go do different stuff if you want to add some excitement to your relationship. Just because you're in a good relationship doesn't mean the relationship has to be boring. Because you're in a healthy relationship doesn't mean the relationship has to be boring. So, yeah, that's my reaction to his video. All right, next video here. This is from Shamanda817. Let's see what she has to say.
Finally, my first time getting hit on in Home Depot, and he's not even attractive. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm here all the time. So for all you people who are like, go to Home Depot, that's where all the men are. No, they're not.
Okay. All right. So she finally get hit on Home Depot, and he's not attractive. Did she say she finally dressed up for it, or just finally?
Finally, my first time getting hit on in Home Depot, and he's not even attractive. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm here all the time. So for all you people who are like, go to Home Depot, that's where all the men are. No, they're not.
She said, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, get hit on, he's not attractive. Okay, so one, if somebody hits on you, you don't have to put on some social media they're not attractive. You just be like, hey, thank you for the compliment, I'm not, I'm busy, or the case may be, or I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? I'm not interested. Like, thank you so much for the compliment. Oh, I have a man or something like that. I have a family member. Whatever. You're fine. But to go around and say, oh, I got hit on by somebody, he's not attractive, and you don't know what you're doing wrong. Okay. One, you're going to Home Depot where, I guess everybody say predominantly is mostly a bunch of men that go to Home Depot. Okay, cool. So, environment, a lot more men are there. Now, in this environment, you got to think into a few things in consideration. Are men actually looking to talk to a girl in Home Depot, or are they looking there to grab something and get out? You got to ask yourself that, too. If you're going to Home Depot specifically looking to get hit on, and hopefully a cute dude comes and talk to you, are you making yourself open? Or do you look like you want to be there? Do you look like you're, available? Are you smiling? Are you looking like when you see a guy, you're like smiling at him and not being like look scowling at him like, why are you looking at me for? Because you gotta make yourself available even out in the wild. You gotta make yourself look available in real life. You gotta be open, look, smile. Like if you're in Home Depot, you see a cute dude, try to get in his vicinity. If you make eye contact with him, like smile at him and see what he says and see what he does. But you can't get mad at somebody coming to approach you because that's what you want. You want somebody to approach you, but that's the wrong dude that you want to approach. So then you call him like not even attractive, which if you want to get approached, you have to be open to get approached by everybody. Whether or not you find them attractive or not, but you have to put that energy out there. You're like, another unattractive man approached me. Then the next dude who sees that, he's like, well, she just called him unattractive. I'm not going to go approach her because how do I know that I'm attractive in her eyes? So you have to find yourself, if you want to get hit on, you have to find yourself like, one, make eye contact with the person. Make yourself look like you want to be available to talk to. Make yourself look like you want to be approached. That's easy. Head up, smile on your face, looking like you're like no music in your ears, like you're aware. If you see somebody, smile at them, make eye contact, head nod, whatever the case may be, wave at them like hi, and then keep it going. That right there is gonna open a dude up. Dude be like, oh, she said hi to me. And if I come back around and we're in a spot and we come back around to each other, might start a conversation. Oh, bump to you on the next aisle here. What are you looking for? It's okay to open up the dude and say that to him. What are you looking for? Bump into you on the next aisle here. Like, are we looking for the same thing? Or, I just can't find something I'm looking for. Men love, I heard this before, and it's kind of true. It's not true 100% of the time, but men do love the help. So you're like, I'm looking for flashlights. I can't find flashlights. Man, what aisle is it on? If you say that out loud next to a dude, you're on the same aisle, and y'all looking at something, and you're like, it's not that I'm looking for. Where is it? If he knows where it's at, he might actually like, oh, well, flashlights on that aisle. Oh, thank you. Open up a conversation. There you go. So let's see what the next video here, because also there's another part to this, and this is from Emily W. King again, which she's been on our channel before. So let's see what she says about this lady in her quest to get hit on at Home Depot.
Finally, my first time getting hit on in Home Depot, and he's not even attractive. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm here all the time. So for all you people who are like, go to Home Depot, that's where all the men are. No, they're not.
There are absolutely a lot of men that are no longer approaching for some really valid reasons. One of those reasons is that he feels like you might be out of his league, so he wants to protect himself from that rejection. So good job reinforcing that to all of the men that have seen this TikTok. 2, he's trying to look for signals from a woman that she's interested in him. And let's face it, women are terrible at this. 3, very simply, he doesn't want to be labeled a creep. 4, he's just nervous and he hasn't had enough practice. 5, he just assumes that you're not single. 6, he feels like it might be inappropriate timing for him to interrupt you. Keep this in mind if you're head down in a list or focused on the shelves. And lastly, number 7, he sees it as not worth it because he's been through too many talking stages, too many times in which the woman has just ghosted him. But not to say that man might still pursue if he gets strong signals from that woman, and especially if he gets effort back from her. But if there is a lack of these 2 things, that man just thinks that it's not worth it.
All right, yeah. So Emily kind of said it right there. She was like, yeah, the guy's like not worth it. And she put this all in the guy viewpoint. So this is why the guy's not approaching. She said, the girl, Smith 817 said, what am I doing wrong? And a few things you be doing wrong, like Emily said, you're looking down the list the whole time. Your head is in your phone. You're not looking up. You're not looking around your surroundings. You're not saying hi to the guys around you. You're waving or making eye contact with them. Yeah, that would make it look like you don't want to be interested, don't want to be talked to. Now, the things that Emily listed off are a few things where, yes, men might not want to approach a woman, especially if she's by herself, because she might have a boyfriend. She might have a man that she's like, is that worth my time? So there are guys who won't approach a woman because he's like, is it worth my time? Is it worth the rejection? Nah, I'm not going to do it. But if he gets familiarity with her, if he realizes they're in the same aisle together, it seems like they always bump into each other at the store. They went to the store and been there for 30 minutes and they have crossed paths at least 4 times. He probably gonna say something if he realized that she's giving signals that like, hey, how you doing? Or hi, or whatever it could be. Or you open a conversation, like I said earlier, he might be more willing to, make the approach and get a number. He might ask for a number if he realized that you're into him. But if he's not, and all these things that Emily did mention, that like, yeah, men are thinking about those things, like they don't want to be a creep, so they're not going to approach. And they do have the courage to approach. They don't want to get shot down like oh, he's not attractive. It's okay. We be like, oh no, thank you, or oh, I have a man. Okay, cool, that's a rejection. But to be like, yeah, he was unattractive. Like, man, we heard that. Okay, well, how did I know I heard league? And all the way to find out you're in somebody's league, you gotta shoot your shot. Travis Kelce did with Taylor Swift. He's in her league apparently. Shoot your shot. But I do agree with Emily on that. All right, next video here. This is from TB Davis, TB_Davis. So let's see what he has to say.
If we're together, you can be clingy all you want. I do not care. That stuff does not annoy me. If anything, I find it attractive. Like the fact that you're always thinking about me and always wanting to do things with me. It just shows me that you actually care. I know a lot of people try to say that people who are clingy are annoying. But when you truly love somebody and you truly care about somebody, nothing they could ever say or do will ever get annoying. Because when we're together, I think past all that stuff. To be honest with you, I will never find a reason not to love you and not to want to be with you. You could say the most off-the-wall stuff and I would not care. Like, being clingy just shows effort. You can blow up my phone all you want. You send me a million Snapchats, a million TikToks, a million Instagram DMs, like, I don't care. You can send me whatever you want. I'll read and watch every single one of them. Because it's just the fact that you're actually thinking about me. Like, even when we're not together, you're still thinking about me. And it's like, I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't think about me. Like, I don't expect you to be overly obsessed with me. Unless you just want to be.
All right, TV, that's a double-edged sword there, my friend. That's a double-edged sword. So, clingy is a double-edged sword. I agree with him. I want somebody who also wants to spend their time with me. I want somebody who thinks of me when I'm not with them. I want to be with somebody I think about them when I'm not with them, wonder what they're doing, what they're up to. But at the same time, you don't want to be with somebody who is completely underneath your arm at all times, where you can't move one way without them having to say something or having them stop you from doing something. You don't want somebody who is so far behind you, put you on a pedestal where like you go jump, you tell them to jump, they say how high, and you don't want that. You want somebody who's their own human being as well. Clingy, he was like, clingy is like, he don't want somebody who's clingy, but like, you don't want somebody who, if you're like, hey, I'm going to hang with my friends and they're blowing your phone up 24/7. What are you doing? Where you at? 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 I'm just clingy. No, that's not clingy. That's not healthy. Like, I told you, I'm out with my friends. We're out, going to the baseball game, watching the Royals, wherever the team is, wherever city you're from. We're watching the Royals, watching the baseball, and the game can last 4 hours. You message between any, hey, babe, hope you're doing good, hope you're having a good night, or babe, I'm thinking about you, whatever the case may be. You can message your girl that, but she's like, where you at? What are you doing? Like, I'm at the game. We haven't left the game. We're still in the seats. Here we are. Here's a picture of us Snapchatting. Like, you want to be with a partner who, yes, who wants to be with you, who thinks about you, who appreciates you, and you want the same thing. You want the same thing for that person too. You want to give that person the same. So you want to think about them. You want to appreciate them. But at the same time, you also need your own space too. You guys are human beings. You guys got to also grow and live in your own too. And what I mean by that means y'all have to take time away from each other. Go off and have a brunch by yourself. Go off and go to something by yourself. Go do an event by yourself and come back and tell your partner, hey, this is what I did today. Then we should go next time. Or this is what I did yesterday. We should do this next time. Like, go find something of your own and bring it back to your partner. So that way you guys have something to talk about, something to be excited about, something to change up and do. But if your partner is always underneath you at all times, and you can't even move to the bathroom because they have to be next to you, that's not healthy. And it's good to have time away from your partner. Not a breakup, not a break. Time away from your partner. Have a day where y'all both go off and do your own things and come back and talk and have a conversation about what you guys did and bring something new to the table. He's like, I don't mind, a partner who's super clingy, but if that partner is blowing your phone up and you can't even move and do anything without them bothering you, and bothering what I mean by that is like saying, what are you up to? What are you doing? How can you do this? What are you up to? What are you doing? What are you up to? What you doing? And then you don't respond back within, let's say, an hour. It's a problem. You don't want a partner that does that. You don't want a partner that does that, because that right there is toxic, and that right there is not good enough for you to have your own lifestyle. it's okay to be like wondering what your partner's up to. It's okay to sit there and like reach out and say, hey, I love you. Hope you have a good day. I'm thinking about you. Hope you have a good time. It's okay to do that. But don't sit there and blow your partner's phone up when your partner's off doing something he told you, they're communicating with you what they're doing. So clingy is a double-edged sword. You can easily push somebody away by you overdoing it and by you like blowing their phone up. Put it this way. If you have sent 4 messages back to back to back to back and they didn't send anything else back, might want to hold off on that 5th message. And vice versa. But if you're on the other hand there, and ask your partner how they feel about attention, how they feel about attraction. If you don't to know that you're not being clingy, ask your partner, how would you feel if I did this? If they say, I don't mind it, oh, here, go for it. Doors open season. But they're like, no, I actually do, I do mind having time away to myself sometimes. So go off and do something. Maybe it could be 2 hours, 3 hours of me doing something, then come back. As long as your partner's communicating with you and talking to you about that, you're perfectly fine. But the whole, like, I want somebody super, super clingy, I don't agree with on that, and that's, to me, it's not healthy for a person to be so far underneath somebody's arm and put them on a pedestal where they can't live their life and you can't live your life without them hitting you up and wondering what you're doing. And then because the fact you didn't respond back within 5 minutes is a whole issue. You don't want that. Trust me. All right, next video. I'm going to love this one. So this is from Ashley Love Marcia. She said, red flags to please avoid in men. Let's see what she has to say. This is a 2-minute and 44 video, but here we go.
Ladies, if the man you're starting to like has even one of these red flags, please supersonic speed sprint in the opposite direction. This might seem obvious, but if he is still talking to his ex, it's wraps, run away, it was over before it started.
Okay, I agree with that one. Still talking to your ex. Like, I want to know, like, well, how long, if my partner was still talking to their ex, how long was you guys dating? Was you guys dating for, 8 years, 7 years, have a kid together? Okay, cool, that's different, we gotta talk about this. But if you're like, talking to him for 2 months and you're still talking to him, that's a flag for me. Like, for me to understand, like, you're talking to your ex, it has to be time, like, apart from each other. Like, you have to be separated for 3 years or 2 years, whatever the case may be. I have to understand that you guys legit see each other as a friend and nothing more. So that right there would be a red flag, yes.
From personal experience, I can promise you that no guy that is ready to be taken seriously at all is still actively talking to his ex-girlfriend. It's done, it's over, do not proceed. Another obvious one, but if his following count is consistently going up on any social media app, I highly advise running away. Friends, people they know, whatever, but you do not want to waste your time with a guy that is still actively looking for new girls and faces, especially if they're posting like, and then if they're liking these photos, okay, that's a whole nother one. Who they follow can say a lot about them. So I promise you, if that count is going up every single day, we're already starting to see that he's maybe not a man of his word. I don't mean like necessarily directly lying, not being reliable, not like following through is really big. Even if it's like a joke or offers you something and then pulls it back, goodbye. Like if you guys are leaving the store and he's like, oh, do you want me to carry that bag for you? And you're like, yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm just
Okay, so there's 2 things in that one. She did following accounts, and following accounts keep going up. So friends, family, whatever, but like different girls, stuff like that. Why are you watching his social media so much? Also, these are flags of what it means. So, I mean, this is not your boyfriend. This is somebody you're just talking to. You're in a dating phase right now. Why are you watching somebody's social media so much where you're like, oh my goodness, their following count's gone up another 10 people today. It went up another 6 people the day before. It went up, like, that is too much time and too much effort. Have a conversation with your partner have a conversation for you as a person, be your boyfriend or girlfriend. Ask them what their thoughts on social media is, what their thoughts on likes are, how they feel about it. Ask them about that and see what they say and go from there. Don't sit there and try to follow and watch what they do and watch every little move on social media, because that's just too much time, too much effort. We're grown adults. We got lives to live. Come on now. Now the whole like taking things back, like, oh, psych. That's a red flag to anybody. If somebody tells you all the time, psych, I want to do this, oh, psych, I want to do that, psych. That's a red flag to anybody. But let's see what she keeps saying.
kidding. What? Because if he's the type to not follow through or deliver something that he initially offers, then what does that say for the rest of the relationship? If this man drops the I love you too soon.
Well, once too soon.
If you guys just started talking, only went on a couple dates, and he is saying like, I love you, I'm in love with you, I would honestly block him at that point because I would be scared for my life. Like, it is impossible to love me when you just met me 3 weeks ago. If someone told me they love me before we were officially in a relationship, I think I would probably vomit. And it's just infatuation, it's obsession, it's weird. It's a red flag that you should stay away from. Back to the ex thing. Yes, of course, if they're still texting their ex, goodbye. But if they are even still remotely mentioning their ex, like unprovoked, it's over. Number blocked, same phone, who is this? I don't know you anymore. Please take my word for this. If you are investing your time in a man who is not 100% over his ex-girlfriend and is jumping too soon into a new relationship or anything, because I fucking did that and I was dating this guy that I thought loved me so much. Meanwhile, I was finding fucking love letters to his ex-girlfriend. Okay. As we're dating, okay?
Yeah.
As we're fucking dating. Love letters to his ex-girlfriend. Did I find them? Yeah, of course. What the imagine. And that's all we got time for, folks. I've been through my fair share of traumatizing, to say the least, boy experiences. So let me know if you want part 2. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
Okay, so this is coming from her own experience, which I was curious to see where she was coming from on this. I was like, this has to be something that's too specific, because she brought up exes twice. Sending love letter to your exes for somebody to do that's wild to me. Like, what are you doing? But I would ask how long the relationship ended. Like, how long? I would ask them before you hop in a relationship. I would ask that person, how long ago was your relationship? Ask them that, and ask them what happened, how they break up. It's okay to ask them that while you're in the dating phase. You're not in a relationship, not boyfriend, girlfriend. Ask them those questions, and then it's up to you whether or not you want to date somebody who just got out of a relationship that was an 8-year relationship and got out of it a month ago. It's up to you to date that person. But if not, then don't. If that's the thing on your list. Like, I want to date somebody who is at least a year single. All right, go for it. That's your preference. And whether or not you decide to, crash on that preference or hold to that preference, it's up to you. But don't hold another man to what your previous man did. Don't hold somebody to that standard, but know what you want out of a relationship and ask yourself what you want. But don't try to put it on the man, the red flags. Oh, that's a red flag. No. An ex could be an ex to anybody. It could be, an ex don't really matter to what person you're talking to. Some people exes matter a lot. Some people exes don't. You have to talk to that person, ask them how they feel, what the relationship ended, how long ago was the relationship. Ask that person those questions and see what they say. But don't sit there and be like, oh, he's writing love letters. All the men gonna write love letters to their exes. No. I want you to go find around. So you already knew something was up prior to the relationship. Prior to you finding the love letters, you already knew something was going on with that. And that's why you was searching around for the love letters. And you finally found them. And it was like, it validated that, oh, he still hooked up with his ex. But not all men are going to do that. So the red flags there, I do agree with the red flag of, if they, and not talking about bring up the ex unprovoked. I wouldn't consider that a red flag, but them, I would say talking to their ex still and the relationship just ended is a red flag to me. Yes. Social media thing, no. That's, once again, have a conversation with the partner about social media. That's not a red flag to me, because social media doesn't really dictate, I can't say the word right now, but, doesn't really determine who that person is outside, like in real life. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about social media. The whole I'm gonna do this for you not following through, that is to me, that's a deal breaker. If somebody said they're gonna do something for me and they don't follow through, and it's been like 2 or 3 times, I gave the first time, like, okay, life happens. Second time, okay. Third time, okay, you're not following through at all. That's a deal breaker. I wouldn't put up with that. Whether guy or girl, I wouldn't put up with that at all. That's a deal breaker. You gotta follow through. You gotta follow through regardless. And if somebody don't follow through early on, that's gonna last, way into the relationship. So, yeah, no, that right there, 100%. So, not at all. Yeah, that to me, I agree with some of the stuff she says, and I don't agree with all of it. All right, next video here. This is from Stormy P. Let's see what she has to say.
The geeks, the nerds, the blurs, baby, those are the savages. They know how to hide and camouflage themselves to make you think they're really so sweet and innocent. He's a nerd. He's in the anime and he goes to Comic-Con. Nerds like too. I feel bad for all the women who think that Nerds don't get. The most dangerous part about the nerds is that they are genuinely sweet people. They do want the best for you. They are going to be honest. They are going to be humble. When it's time to get to demon time, they're going to get on demon time. All the nerds watching this should feel some type of way because, baby, the jig is up. Not only do y'all be... Y'all nasty, too. Y'all so nasty. The jig is up! Y'all see this? So sweet, so cute, right? Space and stuff.
It's a dog.
Why would he put his paw on my thigh, y'all? 7. Okay. Oh, right.
Me and the dog 7.
You're snitching.
This is exactly what the nerd is. You see? You see?
I don't know what was the context of that. I kind of want to know more. But yeah, nerds we're dudes too, man. We're dudes too. Yes, we want to hook up. Yes, we want to have relationships. Yes, we want to go out there and explore as well. Like we are humans too. Nerds are humans too, and nerd men are guys. At the end of the day, we're still a guy. So yes, we're gonna treat we're nice guys, but yes, nerdy men are more prone to give a girl princess treatment, more prone to take her out and make sure all her needs are met, because one, we see what all the jerks are, and we hear stories of what men, how like the jocks or the jerks treat women. So we're like, we don't want to treat girls like that. We want to treat her like she wants to be treated. So we're gonna go, make sure that she is treated like a princess, treated like a queen. But at the same time, at the end of the day, we are still, like you said, get on demon time. We're gonna get on demon time. Like we are just as freaky, just as, out there as any other kind of guy. And we're just also going to the same time treat a girl like how she wants to be treated before we go out there and like get freaky with it. Now, are there guys or nerds who will pretty much do the same thing as jerks? Yes, there'll be some nerds who'll be like, you know what, I'm just here for the sex. So don't look at somebody because he's a nerd and like, oh, he's a nerd, he's a nice guy and stuff. He can't do that. Yes, no, he can. Watch his actions. His actions going to tell you, just like all men, our actions going to tell you exactly how we feel and what we want to be about you and how we want to be around you. So don't just look at because we're a nerd doesn't mean we're not going to be a freak or not going to just hook up with somebody just for sex. We will do that. It will happen. Like that is a possibility. Nerds are do that. Nerds are men. Men have the same thought process. We know we want to hook up with a girl. We know we want to be in a relationship with a woman. We know we're going to take this woman out on multiple dates, and we know exactly where she falls in that line. So it's all for all men. All right, next video here. Another desirable truth. Let's see what he has to say.
How long have you been with your man?
6 months.
How does he feel about you coming out dressed like, how you are?
So it feels like a little bit of a pointed question, but he trusts me and I trust him, so.
Did you guys ever have a conversation beforehand?
Yes. Yeah.
What'd you guys discuss?
It was more of like I'm going to do this, but I trust your input, so I'm going to let you know. But in the end of the day, it's like we are our own people, so I'm going to do what I think is best for myself and for our relationship.
But do you think that you're giving a message of, hey, like I'm still on the market, it's a girls' night, and you kind of have on lingerie kind of thing?
I think that people will sexualize you for what you look like when you have a certain body type, no matter what you wear. So you might as well own it, you might as well be confident about yourself, but it doesn't necessarily convey that you're on the market or that you're looking for a guy. It's just you having fun with your girls, so.
Based on how she's dressed right now, do you think she's single or in a relationship?
It don't even matter.
Thank you. Fuck you.
What happened? Based on how she's dressed, do you think that she's single or in a relationship?
Oh, single for sure. Just the cleavage is here to me exposed.
We try giving roses.
I wish I know what the other guy says in the audible, but I don't like the desirable truth guy did there. Like he legit found a girl who had her cleavage out, wearing a pretty much I don't even know what kind of outfit it is, but it's a shirt that's like a very low cleavage out shirt. And she looked wearing it because she want to feel good. She want to feel good about herself. She want to go out and want to show off. She's feeling sexy that night. She's feeling good. She has a man, but she still wants to look good and feel good. And he's like, oh, well, that gives you off the vibe that you're single. The other dude came up and said, it doesn't matter. A man would talk to a woman in a bag. It does not matter what she's wearing. A dude is going to approach, he's going to approach. Now, I don't like the fact that, like, this is what bothers me about this. Her man doesn't care. Her man liked the fact that she went out and dressed like that because her man wants to see her in those outfits. He started talking to her knowing how she dressed prior to it. She probably saw her on the first date. It's like, oh, damn, she looks fine. And then she saw her on the next date, you know, she probably wore those outfits multiple times. And he was like, I'm about that. I want to see my girl wear cleavage. I want to see my girl wear, you know, short shorts, short skirts, whatever the case may be. I want to see that. I want to see my girl. I want to admire her and watch her walk. And like, I like that. What gets me are men who go after women who dress like that and then turn around and say, I don't want her dressed like that anymore. That right there irks my soul. Oh, you're in a relationship, you can't dress like that anymore. Why? Like, so you can go around looking at other women who dress like that? Like, if those kind of things, outfits, what drew your attention to me, and you was looking at that when we started talking, and then she starts dressing up and start like wearing turtlenecks or wearing long sleeve pants, whatever the case may be, where like she's not showing off her body. He's gonna look at another girl who does the same, who's doing the things that she was doing prior to it, but that person's single, so I can look at her. But you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be like looking around at every different woman that walks past you. Well, how about have your girl dress up like that so way you can look at your girl, admire your girl? If you're looking at your girl, what's the likelihood you're gonna go look at another woman when your girl dressed like that too? Like, to me, it mind boggles me that men like, oh, I want a baddie, I want a girl who dressed like that, but then turn around and say, well, she's in a relationship with me, she can't dress like that anymore. So what you gonna do? Like, you don't want to see your girl dressed like that? You want to see your girl dressed in plastic bags and paper bags and all this stuff, all like head to toe? We're dressing up. We're going out tonight. Girl, get dressed up. Get sexy. I want to see you looking like a princess. I don't want, like, to me, just the whole, oh, she can't dress up like that. She can't dress up with her cleavage showing. She can't dress up with the shorts on, short skirts. To me, it really, like, it bothered me because those same men would turn around and follow the girls on Instagram, follow the girls on TikTok, or follow the girls on, you know, whatever the case may be. Go out and look at those women who showing cleavage, who wearing short skirts, liking those photos, but then don't want the girl doing that. No, your girl should also wear like that. So men need to stop putting this thing on women that women can't dress a certain way. Stop that. Because you're going to hurt yourself in the long run by doing that. Let her express herself. Let her dress how she wants to dress. Let her feel herself. Be confident. You don't get to say anything about that. Ever. Ever. I don't care who you are as a guy. Never. Let her speak about it. All right, last video here. This is from the Gen Toxic podcast.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like a guy knows within like a month or two if he wants to be your boyfriend or not. I feel like if it takes longer than 2 to 3 months, like he's not going to be your boyfriend.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Like the energy needs to be there.
Okay, so that was that. And this is from the Luke Perry, and he reacts to his video too. So let's see what his reaction to her video is.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like a guy knows within like a month or two if he wants to be
1 or 2 months? Guys know within 10, 15 minutes. Tops. Like, yeah, it might take us like a few times meeting up and going out to make sure like you're not crazy. We have like the same morals aligned. We want the same things in life, etc. But after a guy sees you and talks to you for a bit, he knows immediately if you're a wife, just gonna be just a friend, or a hookup. That's like one of the biggest difference between guys and girls is girls take a lot longer to catch feelings. Like bare minimum, a girl might catch feelings within a couple weeks. Like that's best case scenario, like fastest. Usually takes a couple months, maybe even a year, maybe even years, plural. If you've been talking to a guy for a month or two and he's still stringing you along, he obviously has no intentions of dating you, and he has alternative motives.
Alternative motives. So the question that both of these things
Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like
how long does it take for a guy to know if he wants to be your boyfriend? And I talked about this on another podcast. And to me, like, to know he want to be your boyfriend, I would say 2 or 3 months is about right. Like a couple of days. Not boyfriend, because like you don't know somebody right off the bat. Like, oh, I see this girl as a wife. I see this girl as a friend. I see this girl as a girlfriend. No, I'd say about 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months to know that somebody wants to be, you know, relationship material. If you're saying like, no, it's not 2 or 3 months. It's 2 weeks. No, that's too early. Like, 2 or 3 months, I know somebody to be a relationship material, especially in today's era when it comes to dating. 2 or 3 months. Now, how a guy know he's attracted to you right off the bat before you even hit that first date. You expect you met on a dating app, he'll know right then and there, like, this person's sexy, this person's fine. I want to get to know her. I want to talk to her. I want to get to meet her. And then from there, once you get to meet her, he's gonna know. Let's say he gets to take her on a date. He's like, okay, now this is gonna be a hookup person. Is this a relationship person? Is this wifey material? Like those 3 right there are gonna be like hookup, relationship, wifey, all the same thing. Or friends, like, okay, this person I see as a friend, I don't see as a hookup, but he's attracted to you, so he's gonna go off, on a date. And you automatically assume the guy wants to hook up with you, ladies. If he's gonna take you on a date, automatically assume that, okay, at least sex is somewhere in his mind on where we can be at. He will probably want to hook up at one point. Now the date goes on, he's not making a move, and he's like, all right, no, I just see you as a friend. I had sex in the 4 point, but then somewhere on this date, I lost that and don't really want a sexual partner with you. Okay, friend zone, that happens. Or he'd be like, all right, you know what? I can see myself hooking up with you, but I don't want to make that move tonight. Relationship, let's keep that going, see how it goes. 2 or 3 months, maybe 4th month, 5 months. Like, all right, we dated a long time here. I actually see, myself to be in a relationship with you and be boyfriend, girlfriend. And then, from there, wifey, if that was a tough one to know off the bat, you want to be a wife early on, but definitely boyfriend, girlfriend, hookup is quite, think of that one right there. Like, all right, they at least want to hook up with me. Date 1. Let's already assume on that one. But how long does it take for a guy to be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or it can be a boyfriend, girlfriend, get a relationship with you? I'll say about 2 or 3 months. 4 months, if they're still trying to figure it out, like now you're hitting that 6 month mark, then that's too long. But let's say you guys want a couple of dates. So let's say you guys want 8 dates. That's 2 months. You're still in the talking phase. Month 3, 4, it's probably when hey, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend. If they're not there by month 5 at least, then I'll say call it. It's a wrap. Close the curtains. I'm gonna move on by my thing. You can do your thing, but they're not looking forward to be in a relationship longer than just hooking up or friends with benefits or just a situationship. All right, Reddit times. Here's the first one. My boyfriend matches a girl. Hi guys, my boyfriend, male 25, and I, female 25, have been together for 1.5 years. After going through a rough 2 to 3 month period and getting distant, I found out that he has been messaging a girl very briefly. Things never got sexual. I broke up with him, and after 2 weeks, I got back together with him. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Now the second time has been going a lot better. We are communicating like never before, spending time with each other, and I have been seeing his efforts. He has complied with everything has complied with everything I have asked him for to regain the trust. He has deleted social media, giving me his passcodes, allowing me to go through his phone. So last night I went through his phone and I saw that the day after we got back together, he had chatted with a girl. He was flirty, and during our breakup, he told her he would go see her that day, but I know he did not since he was with me. And that was the last of the conversation. When I confronted him, he said he had a moment of lapse of judgment and went back to his old ways, but that he had stopped himself and did not reach out to her again. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should leave him or accept what he is saying, since he has been showing to change after we got back together. He said he is willing to get therapy to figure out why he did what he did and how can he change the habit. Okay, so you guys broke up. You had a rough month, 2-3 months there. Y'all went distance. Then y'all broke up. And then you said y'all was broke up for 2 weeks and then got back together. So, y'all was talking that 2 week period. Y'all never really broke up, but y'all broke up. Y'all single. So y'all broke up, y'all single, and y'all got back together after 2 weeks of being separated. 2 weeks is not enough time for somebody to go out there and explore the world, go out there and find what they want to be about, find what they want, and come back and say, like, you know what, I did some thinking, took some time, I really didn't vibe with anybody else out there, I want to be with you. How are you feeling? Like, 2 weeks is not enough time to do that. Y'all was broke up. So he was talking to this girl during that time. And then you saw that he messaged you right after y'all made yourself official. Messaged the girl right after y'all made yourself official after the 2 weeks period. He is trying. He deleted his stuff. He got rid of all his stuff on social media. And you said you had to go back and find the message after y'all got back together. You went back and found it after going through his phone. Like, he is giving you his phone. He is getting rid of his social media. You can continue dating him. I don't see what's the issue is. Now, yes, y'all got back together. And like after y'all got back together, right after he was messaging the girl, as you said, let me see. Let's go back to this point. Allow me to go through his phone. So last night I went through his phone. I saw the day after we got back together, he had chatted with a girl and was flirting. The day after y'all got back together, which means like he got rid of his stuff after he got back together. He's like, all right, you know what? You got back together. He's like, all right, I'm gonna be serious. I'm gonna be in it for the long haul this time. So that last message, he probably was like, ended off with her. Y'all got together and ended off like, no way, I can't do this anymore. I was flirting, but I stopped it. He stopped it. He didn't continue further. So let's say this is another month later. You went back all the way back to the day y'all got back together because you were looking for something to say like, why is he being this way? What's going on? He is giving you his phone passcode. He has deleted his social media. He's got off the stuff. You can stay with him. I don't see what the issue is here. And don't bring this up and be like, oh, you talked to the girl the day after we got back together. He got rid of everything else since that point. So the day after y'all got back together and then everything else, y'all been together, let's say y'all been together for a month. Why would you hold on to that? That was 30 days ago. And he's not talking to anybody else since. You have his phone. You're going through it. You see, you can't find anything else. Like you was purposely trying to look for something to call him out on when he already changed. It's up to you to break up with him. But to me, I'm like, that's a red flag. Continue to date him, continue to move forward. He's done all this to try to gain your trust. I don't think the dude's gonna go and try to like throw it away after y'all been through all of that. But you know what? People were people, he could do that. But in this instance, I don't think he would do that. So continue to date him, accept who he is and that he's trying, and I would go from there. So I wouldn't sit there and try to force him like go to therapy, all that stuff, because he's doing all this stuff already to try to, be in good graces of you. He's already got rid of social media. He's pretty much complied to everything you wanted to try to match it. I don't think you should pretty much hold this against him at all. All right, next one. Girl ghosted me after sex. I matched with a beautiful woman on Hinge. Shortly after, I picked her up and we came back to my place and hooked up. And then I took her home afterwards and we cuddled a little bit. From what I could tell, we both enjoying ourselves. So the next day I asked if she wanted to meet up again a few days later. And she said yes. The day we were supposed to meet up, I shoot her a text and I asked, are we still on for tonight? And I didn't get a response for hours. I tried calling her. I've been left on red and I can't tell she's still active on Instagram. Oh, sorry. They've been left on red, and also no answer got picked up when he called her. I can tell she's still active on Instagram because of her following account increase. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. I'm psychotic. She really seemed interested in me and I liked her a lot, so I don't know what's up. Should I send her a text or should I just block and unfollow and walk away? I feel like I might just been used for sex and that really hurts. I don't know. Maybe I'm bad at sex or she just doesn't like me or she's afraid of commitment or all or none of the above. I really just don't know anymore and all I can think about is how much it sucks. Hey, let's get some truth serum here, sir. It does suck. Yes, this sucks. You got used for sex. You looking to date somebody, meet somebody, and actually have a relationship with somebody, and they use you for sex. That sucks. I'm sorry, man. It happens. Her actions are showing you right there. When you asked her to hook up or asked her to go out on another date and she didn't respond back to you, she left you undelivered or read, and she didn't pick up the phone. Leave it at that, man. It's time for you to move on. You matched on a dating app. She probably had other people. And I went look at her follower account. Her follower account increased. I know she's active on social media. Nah, man. Why are you looking at her follower account, for example? Like, I would see if you're still matched with her on a dating app. If she unmatched you or goes to you on a dating app, then you know right then and there she was just using you for sex. It sucks. It happens. But you also have to keep your head up and be like, all right, you know what? She's not the one for me, because the person for me won't do that to me. I was really interested in her. She loved me. She had sex with me. She used me for sex that night. All right. It is what it is. She had to get something off her chest. Cool. This is not on you. This is something on her. Don't worry about it. Keep your head up. Keep swiping. You'll match a girl who won't just use you for sex, who actually want to be with you for who you are. Next question here. My boyfriend won't come when doing it with me. We're in a long distance relationship right now, and we do it on the phone. No exchange of media, just calling. I'm really bad at it. He's the only one doing the talking, and I mostly stay silent because I don't know what to say. He tries to save it by talking more to arouse himself, but it's hard without my help. He just won't come. He's done it a few times. But I think it's just him. We love each other, and so we want to do it as an act of love, so we can't really just not do it. Also, he gets horny by thinking of doing stuff with me, so it's all in his head. I don't make him horny myself. Okay. All right. Hold up now. I feel bad and it hurts my ego. I'm really shy, and when he makes me say stuff, I just won't. I don't know what to ask exactly, but any opinions on this? Is there a way I can improve my talking? Also, is this a turnoff for guys? Depends on the guy. If talking during intercourse, during sex is a turnoff, it's depending on your partner. Your partner, you gotta talk to your partner about that and if talking is a turnoff or not. So talk to your partner about that. That's a conversation you need to have between you and him. It's not like it is a turnoff for him. So if you can try to, come ask him what he likes to hear, ask him what he wants to hear, ask him those questions and see if he can do that. Now y'all are doing it via phone cam, which is it's not easy. Like, yes, you have to, use your imagination here with your partner right there, but your partner's voice can definitely turn you on. And it's not like he's turned on by your voice. And because you guys are doing it via phone cam doesn't mean he has to come every time. That doesn't mean he's not interested in you or not attracted to you. He's very much attracted to you. He said he's horny by the thought of doing stuff with you. So therefore, you do make him horny. Don't say you don't, because that's no. You do make him horny. He gets aroused by hearing your voice. He gets aroused by listening to you talking, saying stuff to his ear, and you guys are trying to do it over the phone. Now, I would say it's not an act of love. Don't say sex is an act of love, because people use sex just to have sex. So I wouldn't say sex is love. So don't say that. I would definitely not use that. But I would say have a conversation with him, have a talk to him, sit down like, hey, babe, what do you like to hear during bed? What do you want me to say? And practice that. Maybe practice in the mirror. Practice, when you're by yourself and pretend that you're, talking to your boyfriend and have that interaction with yourself. So you get comfortable with hearing yourself say that to him. And if he say something that he wants to hear, and say it and let him hear it and let you speak to it. Speak to his ear. I know you're long distance, but he can hold the phone up to his ear and have that moment. So one, it's not turn off for guys. How can you improve your talking? It's definitely by practicing and asking him, what do you want me to say? And then practice that when you're alone by yourself, where the case may be. And what to ask, pretty much just ask, what do you want me to say during our phone intercourse, during phone sex? Ask him about that and just have that conversation. Not a place of hurt, just a place of just talking and get to know each other and communication. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Nerdy Dating. If there's a question you want me to answer for you, please put in the comment section below, and I'll get you on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. You also can message me on TikTok and Instagram as alizakkanerdydating, or Nerdy Dating with Zakka on Instagram and TikTok. You can message me in my inbox, and I'll answer the question on the show for you. Other than that, thank you guys for this episode. Thank you guys for watching the episode. I really appreciate y'all, and see y'all next episode of Nerdy Dating, and keep being awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating you want to put in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you, and keep being awesome.